So let's see if notifications go out. We are live. The episode is over, and I actually got to see the full end credit promo for next week. So I'm actually excited about that, even though a majority of it was Zach kicking Hayden's butt. So there's that. All right. So hopefully people get. Holy crap! Danni retweeted me. I need to read this in a second. So she's probably triggered by something I said. My job is accomplished. All right, so folks, we got 7 people watching. Hopefully more people come in. But this week's episode, while better than last week's episode, it still dragged in some places. Wasn't bad, but I do feel like some things went on a bit too much. Kind of like last week, the episode ended finding out how far along Karen was. This week's episode ended right when Zach went on the attack. That was not a rhyme meant to happen, but it just did. Yeah, this episode, I'm giving it like a 7 out of 10. I feel like a 7 is a good enough score because I did like seeing Zach and Danni back together. But Danni, despite how bad I thought her character was portrayed in the episode, I'm glad that Zach was still quick-witted enough to have a comeback or a clapback for everything that Danni was saying, because Danni was proving the point that fans have been making for so long about the women specifically. And really Danni, because she's the one who's always doing the real talk. She can dish it, but she can't take it. She can call out everybody on what they're doing wrong in their love life, in their professional life, in their personal life. But the moment someone calls her out on her own faults, she don't want to hear it. She'll, as Kevin Samuels will say, you're deflecting. You're deflecting right now. You're deflecting. I'm giving you good advice, and you're deflecting. But yeah, Decilla Richardson. I probably messed up your name, but Aaron needs to move on quick, fast, and in a hurry. So I had to reevaluate that first scene because I don't know. And I had a good time tweeting tonight. Basically, it's a situation where Karen is just disgusted. I mean, I know maybe I'm reading into it a bit, but if you just look at how venomous she was, it reminded me of how she would talk down to Zach. This woman is just disturbed at the chance that Aaron is the father. Even in the promo for next week, she shows up to Andy's job to say, well, what if he's the father? Okay. What if he is the father? He's a good man. It's the fact that Aaron asked, so what did the doctor say? I'm pregnant. Yeah, well, I know all that. But what did she say? Like, what else? There's a chance it could be your baby or Zach's. And he's smirking. But here's the thing, though. I feel like Karen halfway answered because she didn't fully deny that Aaron was the father or Zach was the father. She just said he could be. Not to mention, she didn't say barely 4 weeks. She just said there's a chance he could be the father. Aaron's timeline, despite the fact that we never actually got the timeline information, if I remember correctly, so I'm not triggered I'm not irritated or angry, but if I'm not mistaken, the whole point of Aaron's timeline was to determine if he could be the father due to the narrow window between Karen and Zach having sex and Karen and Aaron having sex. So basically, if we go off that alone, Aaron's calendar would be, oh, yeah, there is a chance. So it's not 100% Zach's. It's not 100% my baby until the child is born and we take a DNA test. So if you ask me, Karen can get all the space she wants to, but when that baby pops out, I think that Zatima and Aaron are both going to be demanding a DNA test, no matter how Karen feels about it being Zach's child. That's my thought. So I'm getting a bunch of tweets right now. And let me read what Danni, or actually, let me catch up on y'all's messages. Then I'll talk about what Danni said. All right. So I hate that they didn't show the Zach and Hayden fight more. I agree. We got more in the dang promo for next week than the episode. JoJo, this was an excellent episode. I'm not going to say excellent. There was actual movement in the storylines, except for Maurice and Sabrina's. And Danni pissed me off advocating for Karen. She's not a doctor. I'm so happy that Zach was able to call her out for it. So you're telling me that Karen was the innocent one in our relationship, like all the stuff I did to her, but she never did stuff to me. I wanted to see the house tour of Zach's new house. So did I. I couldn't stand that she couldn't let Aaron be happy that he might have a child on the way. When I tell you, I was like, dang. And even, I ain't gonna lie, even I can't believe I'm saying this, poor Pam did not deserve Karen's attitude. Shouldn't Karen remember that the only reason she's still in business, the only reason she has customers to piss off because she was late due to, if I'm not mistaken, her and Aaron had to stay at the doctor's longer to get the results of how far along she was. Because didn't Pam call the health inspector or whatever on what was it, Isaiah, the guy that used to work at Karen's place but took most of her business, the fact that she made the call to get him shut down so the customers would come back to her, and she just snapped on everybody. So that was pretty messed up. And you even saw the customers in the background, just going because they couldn't believe Karen went off on Pam like that. Sabrina deserves to be fired because I find it interesting how Jacoby got fired for defending his manager when Calvin grabbed onto Sabrina's arm and punching him. But Sabrina, for like the 8th time, has given confidential intel on bank customers to other people, and she has not been fired. This episode could have been better. I agree. Yeah, but what's irritating about Danni regarding is that she still doesn't realize her own flaws. Yeah, that's the thing. She can call out everybody about what's going on in their life and how they can do better. But the moment someone gives her constructive feedback about what she's doing wrong, she doesn't want to hear it. I couldn't. Okay, of course, Tyler had to end the episode with Zach tackling Hayden. Yep. The episode could have been better. The episode was better than last week for sure. We can get a DNA test before the baby is born now. If that is true, holy crap, because didn't Aaron say, but hey, I think there is another way we can be sure that the baby, whose baby it is, but Karen don't want to hear it. Danni was out of line for going to Zach's house and telling him about the baby. It's like Zach was able to read her like a book. I know you're here just to probe. And I really wish that he didn't say, I love Karen. I mean, technically, he's already said that to Karen. I got love for you, but I'm not in love with you, because I think Danni will take that to Karen, knowing how unstable this chick is. And then she'll just say that, well, Zach says that he loves you, but he's moved on. But he said he loved me. That's what she's going to do. It's going to start some mess. Zach and Fatima are going to be in cells right next to each other. What do you give the episode? 7 out of 10. I love the episode, but could have done without the Q, Maurice, and Calvin scenes. In the next episode, Calvin says, well, after hearing his story, I want him to stay here. I know I say this every week that I don't want to harp on the Q stuff and the Maurice stuff and the Calvin stuff, because you all know how I feel about it. You all know how I feel about it. But this is just agonizingly painful how poorly Tyler Perry has written this storyline. Okay, now you want to give Q some depth. Oh, when I was 3, my mom's boyfriend used to do things to me that I thought was normal but weren't normal, and then I told my mom and she didn't believe me. This is just like at the end of last season, where out of the blue, Tyler decided to give Maurice some backstory about his father and his drug addictions and killing himself. Basically, you literally just threw that in out of nowhere. And that's how it feels like. You can't have someone who had robbed Calvin of his bank book and whatnot and ruined his entire, financial state. And then you have him holding Maurice at gunpoint in order to, rob a bank. You can't do that and then try to make a character sympathetic. It's on the same level of Jason decapitating Ruth and sexually assaulting and strangling Jean in season one, and then, well, strangling his grandmother in the Oval, and then all of a sudden try to make him a sympathetic character, like, because my mom and dad didn't show me love, that's why I turned out the way I did. It doesn't work that way. You can't have a character do these kind of things and then make them sympathetic. I mean, it's kind of like the Disney live action movies, you know, where they take villains and give them their own film to make them sympathetic characters. But in the same respect, if you look at the continuity of, oh, that's how Maleficent became evil because she was betrayed. Okay, it makes sense because that's how she turned out the way she did. But the thing with Tyler Perry, he'll have these characters do these murderous, illegal things that can harm other people, and then try to throw in, but hey, because this happened when I was a kid, that's why I turned out the way I did. After you stole from me, you better never come around me. Yeah, yep. Calvin's just petty. Calvin is just an idiot. And Maurice is even dumber because part of me, I feel like one reason I wish there were different writers is because I can kind of point the finger at, if these two writers actually met up, then they can actually have the story flow together. Because sometimes you could say, it's in other shows, this happens where things aren't consistent. It's like, man, these writers definitely didn't talk about, you know, their own continuity, because one episode of characters this way, but then another episode of characters that way, but it's all Tyler Perry. I think Maurice is getting annoying because it just shows you how badly Tyler wants to keep Calvin's character around, but he's so played out. You have Maurice telling Sabrina to focus on this guy over here, but then in the next scene or the next breath, he'll say, so when are you talking to Calvin? I'm getting an aneurysm just thinking about how stupid this is. Okay, so let's talk. Let's talk. I'm seeing a lot of comments about people saying they wish they could just skip all the Calvin crap, and I agree. Karen's starting to get on my nerves now. She's going to be alone, and I hope that if Aaron, the daddy, he will take care of the baby, and if Zach is the daddy, he will take care. Because yeah, Zach already told Karen after she took the pregnancy test, I want to be there for the child. Let me know what you need, but we're not getting back together. Okay. I don't know about anyone else, but I felt like this was sort of a Hayden-focused episode, in a way. I wouldn't be, okay, Karen needs to seek counseling because she needs to deal with why she can't let Zach go and let Aaron be excited about being a father. I don't believe Q. Yeah, he could be playing them. These characters are becoming annoying. Sorry, but they've been annoying. We ain't need that BSC. I'm tired of the dragging, and I want them to understand we don't give a crap about the Q and Calvin scenes. I agree. Karen only hears what she wants from her tunnel vision, but was wrong going off on Pam. She's nosy, but it seems like she has her back. Yeah, she isn't even talking to the girls as much about the pregnancy. I agree. That food Q had cooked looked nasty. That steak looked dry, and the mac and cheese looked like the dry version. Okay, that was pretty funny. We don't need Calvin and Q no more. Okay, Danny actually retweeted me. So let me go ahead and read that. Just give me one moment to pull it up. So one of my biggest tweets of the night that even Preston retweeted. Hang on, let me get it up. Okay. So Danny would rather risk losing Preston in order to be in the streets than to confess how she feels about him. Then if he does go out with other women, she will go out of her way to be disrespectful and sabotage him. Let that sink in. Now, here's what Mignon, aka Danny, had to say. Okay, listen to this. No, Danny would rather risk losing Preston if that meant gaining herself. I know our love-addicted, codependent society doesn't ship that, but self-love first. What? Danny would rather risk losing Preston if that meant gaining herself. I know our love-addicted, codependent society doesn't ship that, but self-love first. I'm sorry, but that don't make sense. It don't. This is just like when Danny and Preston were at her place, and he was literally telling her, "Hey, teach me how to love you." You're a grown man. I shouldn't have to teach. It feels like we're having different conversation. And no shade to Mignon. No shade whatsoever. But I don't feel like her arguments to defend Danni make any sense. They don't. They don't. Hey, hang on. The way Danni came into Zach's house, all that negative energy, unannounced, not invited, and didn't knock. I didn't like that at all. And Sabrina needs to be fired. Erica, I agree. I love how y'all agreeing with me where it's like coughing up there. I don't know. Yeah, man. Please translate what Mignon said. I get what she's saying, but I don't understand how that is a response to what I said based on the episode. I feel like a preacher. Church, let me read it to you again. I said, so Danni would rather risk losing Preston in order to be in the streets, aka date other people, than to confess how she feels about him. Then if he goes out his way to date other people, because remember, she's playing these games and don't want him, she will go out of her way to be disrespectful and sabotage him. Let that sink in. Yeah. No, Danni would rather risk losing Preston if it means gaining herself. I know our love-addicted, codependent society doesn't ship that, but self-love first. That makes no sense. And nobody's liked her response either. I'm looking at it right now. I'm sorry if I'm not trying to sound petty, but I agree. Zach read her like a book. Zach didn't ask Danni how she got his address. He did. At first, he assumed it was Karen. She said it wasn't. He said, you know what? I don't want to know. So the show actually took care of it. I hope Hayden gets fired. So what Preston got to do with your self-love? Thank you. Also, I love how Hayden had a comeback for Andy about, sleeping with Robin. I thought that was pretty funny because Andy doesn't have as much power as she thinks because it's a boys' club. It really is. My only issue with her tweet is that she doesn't seem like she's about having her self-love. If it is about needing to have self-love, we haven't seen it in her chapter yet. 1,000% agree. I agree. Sabrina should keep telling Zach's business or any customer's business. Yeah. Danny's toxic. Hayden deserves a beat down from Zach. So Karen just magically showed up at Andy's office after the Zach and Hayden situation. I know, right? We got to see the timeline on that. I agree. Danny's response makes no sense. It honestly does not. As much as I hate Hayden, that clapback was Black Air Force energy. I mean, true, but I thought it was great. Someone called Sabrina motor mouth on Twitter. She talks so much and has no understanding of confidentiality. I mean, at least when she's drunk, that's an excuse. That's her character trait. Whenever she drinks too much, she will not stop running her mouth. But to have sober Sabrina do this is just stupid. Hayden needs to see the county blues lock cell hours. I want to know Aaron's timeline. So do I. I need to tweet him. Like, yo, tell me the timeline. Tell me the freaking timeline. Because how long was it? Like 24 to 48 hours between Karen and Zach, and then Aaron and Zach, Karen. We don't need Karen bothering Andy. She has other stuff to do. Lord, I hope Karen does not show up when Zach is arrested. Why is Karen so upset the baby could be Aaron? She should rather the baby be Zach's and be a single mommy scene. Basically, she doesn't want to. Some people hated it when I mentioned Russell Wilson. I don't hate the guy, but basically, Karen would rather have a Nick Cannon situation than a Russell Wilson situation. That's seemingly what it is. Only 24 hours? I thought it was longer. Tyler Calvin will hang on until the end. Seriously, Tyler. Again, if I were in that position, screw it. I got a job. I'm getting probably paid more each season based on ratings for a hit show, but dang. Okay, so I actually looked at it, and Preston actually responded to Danny's retweet of my tweet, and he just sent a GIF that went, because I'm literally trying to fathom. Okay, she goes on to saying this is like a, what do you call it, a thread on Twitter? Okay, Preston would not understand that with his manipulative self, and she's too smart to play his game. He'll have to go higher. What does that even mean? Hang on, I'm tweeting back, doing a live stream right now, but I will respond as soon as I can. Like I just this is why I wish I was in my own place with good Wi-Fi, because I would love to do a live stream with these cast members, not to debate, but just to understand. I really want to know what exactly is going on in the thought process of these characters. That page is Mignon talking because that shit makes sense either. It don't. Um, is she drunk tweeting? Why was Karen so nasty to Pam? I don't know. Danny's off. Clearly, they are missing each other's point. I don't know. I mean, is this how she feels about the character versus how Tyler writes her? I don't know. We need a translator for them. Yeah. Okay. Sorry, I actually missed a lot of chats. I hope Robin gets Fatima out of jail. She's where she deserves to be. Are you going to say anything else? Nope. Okay, come on. That's 2 words. We ain't going to make it. I ain't going to lie. That line was pretty funny. It was annoying, but it was funny. That is Mignon still smoking that puff puff, because those tweets don't make no sense. Karen go flipping her wig backwards when she found out Andy representing Fatima. Yeah, I know, right? Karen going to act like Fatima's just the worst influence on her baby. She probably will. Karen keeps holding on to people who don't care about her, but pushing away those who do care. Pam is nosy, but she didn't need to come on her like that. Karen was just mad Zach is not 100% the father of the baby. Yeah. Okay, let me send out another tweet. Hang on. Let me see if this makes sense. Give me a second. So Karen would rather be in a Nick Cannon situation with Zach as one of his baby mamas than in a stable Russell Wilson like relationship with Aaron. I think that's a good tweet. Y'all can't tell me Beyonce don't watch Sisters. Andy called Hayden a little bitty boy man. Okay, that was pretty funny. Karen is mean to everybody. She seems to have a block, not a chip, but a block on her shoulder. Her past must have been brutal. Boy, oh boy. I hope Andy and Robin report all this stuff. Hey, can Robin be trusted though? Because remember how sure Hayden was that Robin couldn't do anything. She's just like Karen in the sense of how they used to be. They're so used to toxic relationships they can't handle stable relationships. That's the thing, because when you really look at how Danni reacts to Preston, it's almost as if she puts him down in the same way that Karen put down Zach. It's like she thinks less of him. It's just the fact that she's condescending as opposed to caring. I can't wait until Karen finds out about Heather Lee Jennings. Karen had Pam shook. Yeah, I agree. I agree. Do you think Jake is loyal to Zach? Jake is attracted to Zach. The character is bisexual. This was confirmed in a character description. I did plenty of videos on it. Some people did not want to believe it. Jake is attracted to Zach. But based on this episode, he is loyal to him because he was playing Gary like, oh, well, Zach actually knows a lot about the stock, so the FCC probably won't even look into him. And if they do, he's going to know his stuff. So Gary doesn't know that Jake was, throwing Zach game about the stocks. So there we go. Let me check over my notes real quick to make sure we didn't miss anything about the episode. The thing is, you can say what you Danni can say what she want about Preston and how he was acting when he called her to get his stuff back, but that's because Preston isn't playing her little game anymore. That's literally what it is. Okay, yeah, we covered everything. I'm not ending the live unless tech issues happen, but I just wanted to make sure we talked about everything. I'm honestly trusting Jake a little more now. I was a little skeptical at first. You can't blame Karen being mean on hormones because you're only 4 weeks. Fatima going to keep her job at the firm and receive a promotion. Do you think Jake is going to tell Zach everything he knows, either about Fatima getting arrested or Gary working against him? Evidently, Hayden does. Oh, right. I don't think Hayden knows Robin. I don't think Hayden knows that Robin owns the law firm. That's true. Thanks for pointing that out. It's annoying how Danni wants Preston to do all this work and background knowledge, but what she's going to do again. So Danni don't need to work. Like, come on, I'm tired of it. Courtney, again, just facts. Danni, Preston has tried so hard to help you with being happy with yourself. And one of the best episodes, that was in season 1. I feel like she was just written terribly. And again, no shade to Mignon, defend your character, but I feel like we can all agree Tyler diminished her character for the sake of no reason. It really sucks. Karen was way too mean towards Pam. Pam should have quit. Yeah. You saw the episode tonight? Yes. That's why I'm here talking about it. Danni, go find yourself. Yeah, she's going to find herself in a Karen situation. She really is. Hey, we hit 10,000 followers on Instagram. I mean, Twitter. This is great. I need Robin to dismiss Hayden, but what if Robin lied to Andy about owning the firm and Hayden knows Robin has no real pull? That's a possibility too. Congratulations. Thank you. Yeah, I just checked it. I was keeping my eye on it. I'm like, yeah, we're at 9,993, but now we're officially at 10,000. So this is great. Hayden getting fired would be funny. He think he has everything figured out. Just because Hayden gets fired doesn't mean he won't still have connections. Preston should have stick with the white women from the club in season 1. Yeah. Tonight's best episode ever. Nah, I don't think it's the best episode ever. It was better than last week's, but it wasn't spectacular. Karen was mean like that before she got pregnant. Yep. This episode of 5. I gave it a 7. I missed the Zach and Danni scenes. Is he the only one who calls her out by her government name? I believe so. I like this live just based on the title alone. Facts, Calvin's being an idiot. Yeah. Oh, yeah. It seems like notifications actually went out because last week we only had like 50 people. Congrats, you deserve it. No. We deserve it as a community here on Twitter. Hopefully we one day 1 million subscribers on YouTube. One day. I'm so ready for the Oval. Sorry, season 3 was just so bad. I'm not looking forward to season 4. I did not like Calvin at all in this episode. It just makes no sense. It just makes zero sense why they're forcing this Q storyline. He is in season 5, but this makes no sense. It does not. Can't wait till next week when Hayden meets Robin, the firm owner. I did not see the promo for next week. I saw the end credit trailer, but not the promo. So I don't even know if Robin's in the episode. We don't need Calvin. That's why it doesn't make sense. Yep. Didn't Robin tell Hayden to leave a room when he wanted to be alone with Andy like he was his boss? Yes. Yeah, that's right. Because basically it was Robin, Hayden, and Andy. And I think Hayden just said, like, do you want her first? Like, in regards to just meeting with Andy. And then Andy took it the wrong way. And then Robin jumped to her defense. And then that was kind of weird. So I don't know. I think because Robin is known to be a liaison for the London branch. So Hayden knows Robin has some pull, but I don't think he knows he owns the place. I don't know. Can't wait till next week. Hayden fixing to catch some hands. Yeah. And I know people giving Andy a hard time. Andy better free Fatima. Andy is doing the best she can. And you noticed how much she tried to keep Zach under control, but he was the one that lost his mind, just like Fatima called it. Maurice is going to let Q stay, especially with what hearing Q. So let's say somebody broke into your house, no, let's say somebody showed up at your place of employment. Let's say you work at a bank, or maybe, I don't want to say school, given a bunch of school shootings. That's a touchy subject. Let's just say you worked at a gas station. A guy comes in with a gun to rob the gas station. Said guy somehow ends up on your doorstep and is invited into your home and gives a sob story, and you let him sleep on the couch. Tell me how that makes sense. It does not. Robin also told Fatima Hayden won't be there long. He did say that, but that's the thing about this show. A lot of characters who have the ability to do things do not do them. They're more talk than action. It isn't until shit hits the fan that they actually do something. Oh, I just saw the promo and they played it on BET. I saw Robin in it and Danni telling Preston to go to get his stuff and go. Okay, thank you. I have not seen the promo yet, but I will keep my eyes out for it. Can we talk about the end credit promo? I want to know if Bio has those two women following her in the store. Character descriptions. These are two women from Bio's home country. Sabrina is in a magazine because she was pictured with Bio at the club. I know that. So Karen isn't pregnant. So is it solidified that Karen isn't pregnant with Zach's baby? We really don't know because Karen did not tell Aaron exactly how far along she is. She just said there's a chance it could be his child. So it could be up in the air. We need to know what Aaron's timeline was. That's how we as an audience would know who the baby daddy is. Or it could just be so dang close we don't know. I don't know if there are cameras in the interrogation room because Fatima talking wild crazy. I know, like in the Oval and whatnot, they always say, and even in the haves and the have-nots, it's like, hey, don't be saying that kind of stuff. So Fatima is constantly incriminating herself. Seriously. I want Sabrina fired. Yep. Maurice letting Q stay with him is weird. Yeah. Well, I think that's more like Calvin. I mean, Calvin was the one that let him up to begin with. Hayden needs to leave the firm. I'm still trying to figure out how a guy gets out of holdup 48 hours after holding two people at gunpoint. Thanks, Jeremy. You're welcome. Wow, I didn't get a notification. Yeah, you did. We're over 30 minutes into this. Dang, Karen finally admitted that she doesn't know who the father of the baby is. Yeah, she's going to fall apart after this. When Fatima told Andy she don't want Andy to call Zach because Zach is like Fatima, I found that to be interesting. Like she said, she can tell when a person has a switch like hers. That's a month or okay. Here's another annoying thing. We know that Karen and Zach had sex at the beginning of season 3. You're telling me it's been a month since then? No, it has not. Do you think Aaron tried to get Karen pregnant and that's why he's so sure? That's a good question. Like, do you think he had unprotected sex with Karen just because he wanted, a chance to be the dad and not Zach? I don't know. A lot of stuff ain't adding up. We still watch it, though. That's why we're here. I kind of get the feeling the season finale will be Maurice, Calvin, and Q. Do you think Aaron trying to get... Oh, okay. That's a month, so it really can't be his. We need a storyline with Karen to come to a head. Yeah, this is... I feel like a lot of TV Line, BET.com, a lot of these big media sources, they're actually talking grievances with the series more so than ever before. It's not just the fans, but when these big outlets are, talking about the show in a not so good light, I don't know what that means for the future of the show. But keep in mind, season 5 is already filmed. So all the stuff, all the ideas, all the storylines we're coming up with, they're good, but they're not going to happen. Also, I put up the blinds over the weekend. So yeah, the new blinds are up. But unfortunately, they are a couple inches too short. So it's kind of funny how the bottom of my window isn't covered, but the house is high enough so nobody can, look in here. But yeah, the blinds are up. I'm happy about that. Karen only now wants Zach because she knows he got money. Yep. Seems to me he's trying to hold back from being possessive over Karen. That's why he's so sure he's the child's father. Didn't Karen sleep with somebody else? She didn't sleep with Rico in season 1. He came over there and basically said, yo, I'm moving on. But we know she was sleeping with other people. The writing needs to be improved badly. Sorry, but it's not going to happen anytime soon. At least not for the next season and a half. I kind of get the feeling I don't think we'll ever get the timeline info. We didn't even get the identity of the credit card thief. True. Also, notice how Zach told Danni he got arrested, but he didn't say why because he knew she would tell Karen. Zach and Karen had sex season 2, episode 21. And yeah, season 3, episode 6 was just the next day. How's that a month? This won't last if we continue to write. I love Sistas, but I also love Having Have Nots of Loving You Is Wrong. He could have done better. He could have done better with a lot of these shows. Agreed. I'm not going to do a video on that tweet Danni sent me until I hopefully get a response from her. And I'll respond after this live stream because she did not make any sense. And again, no shade to Mignon, the actress. It's just that her arguments make no sense. I know I am a heterosexual black male, but even I can see that, your character is written poorly. The blinds look good. I've been meaning to ask what happened to the other poster on your wall. It actually fell. Yeah, it did. Wasn't there supposed to be a nurse to check Karen into the hospital? Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, to be completely honest, I'm surprised Aaron did not ask about that because he could tell how, disappointed and upset Karen was. So I literally thought that he would say, so what? Are you going to have an abortion because it's not Zach's child? I thought he was going to say that. I honestly thought he was. How did Zach's house get built so fast? You know what? That is a good point, though. I mean, his house got built so fast, so I don't know. Having Have Nots of Loving You Is Wrong or Sisters. Having Have Nots, but like the first 4 seasons. Nah, the way they did my girl Alex on the series finale, yeah, I agree. That was wrong. That was wrong. Because in Tyler Perry land, everything can be done in a snap except for storylines. I don't think Karen wants Zach. I just think she wants him to have her to rely on. That's the thing. And I've been saying this since day one, once Karen started tripping. It's the fact that Zach is no longer playing his role to be the fallback guy. Basically, they break up to make up. But the fact that they broke up and he doesn't want to get back together because he's moved on. She don't want that. She never wanted Aaron long term. It's like she wanted to figure out if there was something better. It's the thing that Zach actually found better and decided to stick with it, Fatima, as opposed to going back to her. It's the fact that Zach is no longer playing his role during their 3-year on and off relationship that Karen can't stand. It's the fact that he's found better. And technically she found better with Aaron in season 2, but she started tripping. Just after they had sex in the salon, Karen was like, you know what? I think I want to give Zach another chance. But then after seeing him and Fatima at the grocery store, that's when she started to lose it. Fatima is just a better woman for Zach, just like Aaron is the better man for Karen. I'd be wanting to jump at the TV when Karen started actually crazy. Yeah. Tyler needs better writers. Tyler needs writers. He's the only writer. Yeah, I guess Zach didn't make her go crazy. I don't know. Yep, she needs Zach to be dependent on her. That's the thing, is like these women say they want a man to take care of them and love them, but in reality, they want a man they can, I guess, mold and control. It's the fact that he's not asking her for money anymore. He's not in her debt. I feel like one vital moment was when he handed her the $72,000 because he paid her $5,000 in money and then $72,000 to pay off his debt. Can you make a video about the episode but show the scenes where Zach, Hayden, and Andy? I'll see what I can do. Yeah, Aaron, a good guy. It's a shame how bad Karen. I miss when Aaron actually had a backbone. What happened when Andy and Danny and Sabrina go to Karen's house, especially because they caught Karen and Aaron having sex? That's probably not going to happen for a few episodes. You can tell she with Aaron for a hookup, even when the conversation at Danny's apartment when he asked if she was using Aaron to make him jealous. Yeah, I called that out too. She couldn't answer that. She had a pause because He called me out on my bull crap. Also, keep in mind that Danni probably doesn't see her faults and sees this as her focused on her self-respect because she feels disrespected by Preston. She doesn't make sense. I agree. She just mad he moved on. Zach not doing the usual. She can't handle it because it was okay for her to move on with Aaron, and Zach was pretty much on his bicycle. But the moment she wanted to go back to him and he was gone, she couldn't accept that. You can have this too if you stop smoking weed and get to work on time. It's going to happen. Episode 16, Aaron and Karen. He's doing everything now that she wanted. Yeah, that's the thing. It's like Miranda on House of Pain in season 9. Calvin is the man now that she wanted when they were together. You missed my first message. Look, there were a lot of messages here. I can't keep it over everybody. If you did a super chat, your message would appear in a big bar. Like if you donated $1, it would just be in a big bar in color, and I would see it. But there are a lot of people on here tonight. Yeah, I'm going to try to get through videos as quickly as possible tomorrow. Because they'll probably release the 30-second promo either late tomorrow or sometime on Friday. But honestly, there's not but so many videos to do, even though I say that a lot, but then I end up doing a bunch of videos regardless. I wouldn't be surprised those two women following Sabrina will be an alleged wife of Bio, possibly. I love Aaron. How will he know what Karen wants? She's all over the place. I will agree with one thing, and that's the fact that he doesn't know about space, because you can't tell Karen, I'll give you space one moment, and then the next moment you're popping up at her job unannounced. You're popping up at her apartment unannounced. You're calling her all the time saying, hey, do you want any ice cream? Or I'll bring some Chinese over and we can watch a movie. No, you're not giving her space. You're literally invading her space. Now, don't get me wrong. When it comes to finding out about the calendar and the timeline and the baby stuff, I don't think he should back off on that, because if there was a chance I was the father, I want to know. But other than that, you need to give Karen space. But contract obligations, Aaron probably has to be in a certain amount of episodes. So your review will probably post tomorrow evening. I'll try to do it in the early afternoon. Like I'll wake up early, I'll do my videos and try to get them up as soon as possible. Aaron is acting like his ex-wife. Facts. I'm an unemployed student. I can't super chat. I would if I was a big supporter. No worries. It's all good. Danni don't want to take responsibility for where her and Preston are, and I feel like Mignon just trying to defend her character, so she don't want to say Danni wrong, but communication takes two. Facts. Danni irritates me with the accountability. Preston needs to move on because I don't think she's willing to change anytime soon. None of these women are. Okay. I hate that they're trying to redeem Q and make us feel bad for him. I don't, because the writing is stupid. I think Bio is trafficking the girls, and Sabrina Maurice will get caught up in it unknowingly, because remember, they will go to jail in season 5. I don't know why Sabrina always wants Calvin to be the one to call her in order to have that conversation. Even though I'm tired of the Calvin scenes, I still believe he deserves better. Facts. Yeah, I think Aaron popping up makes it worse and even more of a turnoff to Karen. Facts. But she is giving him mixed messages. She said, give me space, but be there for me. She did say that, but at the same time, Aaron doesn't understand boundaries. Hi, I'm new to your channel. Thank you, Isaac. I want Aaron to meet someone new. If Aaron met someone new, he would no longer be in the show until the baby's born. I hate how these women just disrespect Zach because he's in a better space. It's like they want him under Karen as stability for Karen. That is so true. It's like the sister circle. They don't want to see anybody win. They rather see, oh, at least my girl. They'd rather have Zach miserable with Karen and have Karen complain about him as opposed to seeing him do better. I ain't gonna lie though, I was happy for Zach the way he's like, my new condo. This is my kitchen. That would be me if I ever got a house. And to be honest here, I don't know when it's going to happen because the housing market is so crap. It's like every time I reach a threshold of money in my savings account or my credit, and I'm like, yes, I'll call a place, and they'll say, oh, but the market has gone up because I can look on like Zillow, and I have been looking at realtors and stuff. So I've been calling them, and they will tell me, oh, that house that you could afford and that you could get in the market has now gone up. So, like Fat Joe, price went up. Yesterday's price is not today's price. So I'm screwed. Anyway, misery loves company. They stay on Zach's back. I agree. It's sad that Zach and Fatima will be in jail for like another couple episodes. I think Preston has to take some responsibility. He brought people to her place. Look, I am not denying that Preston has done wrong, but at least he fesses up to it. Danni refuses. For example, 2 occasions, Preston has caught Danni with other men. The dude from the bar, that's the booty licker, and then El Fuego. And Danni, instead of fessing up to what she was caught in, she will deflect by saying, you came over here unannounced. That's like if you were, let's say you weren't officially dating someone, but you were just hooking up a lot or whatever. But essentially, you went over to that person's house or apartment and you caught them there with another person. And instead of addressing the concern of, wait a minute, you and him just had sex, you should have called before you came. Again, I am not saying Preston has done no wrong. It's just that Danni never admits to her own faults. I don't trust Preston anymore because I feel like he's just what? Okay, it's a sales market. Don't buy no. Denise, could you explain that for me? It's a sales market. Don't buy now. If Karen stopped responding to Aaron, he would stop. I think Aaron would just keep coming to her, places, the house and the salon. I agree because we see Gary looking at her through a telescope in the season. Plus, we see Hayden's advice for buyer's remorse. Yep. I think Danni is the only one that wants him back with Karen. Aaron and Sabrina just mind their business unless they're brought into it. Andy knows for a fact that Zach is gone. Sabrina is just ditzy, and Danni is the one rooting for him, I guess, even though Danni has told Karen to move on. So, again, Danni is just like Maurice in that 1 minute they're saying, hey, you should move on. But then the next minute, how do you feel about this person? When are you going to talk to them again? Danni does not think she's worthy. Danni don't want to put in the work. I agree. It's not about what she wants. Karen and Zach don't mesh. I mean, Zach made that clear in the finale, like, we're not good for each other. The breaking point was when she had him arrested. Yep. These women don't want anything good. They want drama, foolishness. Jake did try to call Zach. Yeah, he left a voicemail to call him back as soon as you could. Wait a minute. The upcoming Danni and Preston family scene in season 5? Wait, that's a thing? Oh, meaning, sorry, it's a seller's market, not a good time to buy a house. Next Monday is the 20th. Next Monday marks a year since I've moved back home. I am ready to get out. I am on episode 8 of Kingdom Business. I need to finish the last 2 episodes. I will try to do it this week. I want to just do my reviews at once. Danni, none of these women admit when they're wrong. I wonder in season 5 is the final season because I believe Lyle, I think, yeah, Maurice Sill. Yep, and she threw out his grandfather's stuff. Like, girl, if anything, you could have at least had it delivered to Danny's. So, and how come Danni acts like Zach didn't pay rent for that 1 month he was supposed to stay, but she winded up kicking him out? I like Andy's relationship. At least she has the best dates. Kingdom Business, amazing series. I think I get lazy when there's a show I can watch at any time. It's like, it's always going to be there. Also, did you see my theory video that I think Zatima will air on BET? Like, it's going to be on BET Plus, but then during the hiatus between Sistas season 4 and 5, they'll air the 10 episodes on BET to fill in the gap. And then I feel like you have to watch Zatima before watching season 5. I think Q said his mother's boyfriend when he was 3 years old would go into his room and do stuff to him. So I feel like he was probably, sexually, abused when he was a kid. So I saw DeVal's personality in those Zach scenes. Yes, like watching his like home videos compared to Zach in those moments was classic. Yeah, I agree. Whew. We need a storyline about Karen's father. There's a lot more I want from like character background than forced character interactions and dragging scenes. Zach, yeah, he was molested by his mama's boyfriend. Yeah, but I thought he was gay for pay though. What do you give this episode? A 7 out of 10. I think they're all expect the worst exact because of what Karen has said. She's the first point of contact and learning info. Yeah, I agree, but that doesn't make sense. Tyler Perry, what the heck? Yeah. Zach told Danny that Karen was sleeping with Aaron. Yeah, I mean, her face went, ooh. I hope they show Karen's mother. She needs to show up for real. She really does. She really does. Okay, any other questions? Because it's almost been an hour, and I'm thankful that the internet and the Wi-Fi and the sound is working pretty well this week. But that's really all I had to say about the episode. And yeah, a lot of people are getting bored with the series, but I can't wait to see what the ratings are tonight. Karen's mom needs to tell her behind to stop chasing Zach. Aaron is a good man. Aaron is a simp. I'm sorry. Oh yeah, did you hear how arrogant she was? I'm sorry for ever sleeping with you. I'm sorry for what it did to you. It's like, yeah, sleeping with Aaron must have messed him up in the head. Oh, you're starting to buffer. They take her word for everything. Yeah, I know, right? Well, Q, who is midnight? I don't know. Yeah, that's weird. Okay, guys, thanks so much for tuning in. I'm gonna, get on out of here. Karen's mom needs to give her tough love. I know, right? It's like these characters can give Zach tough love, but the sisters are too fragile for that. They don't want to hear it. But hey, thanks so much for tuning in. Hit the thumbs up button to show you like Ebony. Oh, yeah, Karen is so attractive. Yeah, she really is. Ebony, well, all the women in their own way. Danny slimmed down, Andy, amazing, Novi Brown, and and Fatima. Don't get me started on Fatima, but Jasmine is my favorite. So hit the thumbs up button to show you like the video, comment your thoughts. Be on the lookout tomorrow for my review, in credit promo breakdown. I got a lot of stuff coming your way. So thanks again for helping me reach 10,000 followers on Twitter. And I'll catch you all in the next video.